This is a 2018 Boreal 47, I hope I pronounced that right. It's French built, it's aluminium, and it's basically designed to be a serious offshore sailing machine. This is set up basically to go around the world. It's aluminium built, as you can probably tell. And the interesting thing about it, well, there's lots of interesting things about it, but one of the most interesting things is the fact it's a swing keel. So if we look underneath here, the keel, you can see it's almost completely retracted. It goes right up into the hull, or you can drop that right down for when you are doing some offshore sailing. And the idea of that, of course, is it means you can get right in close to the beach. You could even beach it if you wanted to. So it's set up, I suppose the best way to describe it is an explorer. It's a sort of thing that a couple can handle, but will also take you around the world. It's an impressive bit of kit. Let's go and have a look on board. There we go, that's what she looks like from here. I think it's fair to say almost industrial looking, and that's kind of deliberate. It's a completely no-nonsense boat. It's not a sort of pretty thing for posing in cows. It's the kind of thing for sailing where no one's even going to see you, because it's, you know, as I say, it's round the world stuff. It's incredible. Very, very strong, being aluminium, and you get that sense of strength all the way through it actually. Life raft stowage down here. Arch on the back here, this one's got solar panels on it. And if we step on board, we find the helm position, or the cockpit, I should say. This is for bracing yourself against when you're sailing. So you can actually stand here like this, lean against that, grab hold of that, and you've got a fantastic view then right down across the whole of the boat. We'll take a quick wander around the decks first. It's the inside actually that's particularly appealing. You wouldn't think it from the outside, but it's very nicely trimmed inside. Let's go around here. So the mainsail slab reefs, as you can see, and that is, as you probably worked out for yourself, the mast. If we go on forward, we will find she's got roller furling, two roller furlings actually for the foresails, self-tacking as well. That's what this fella here is for. And you can see the hatches over the cabin. You'll see those on the other side in a minute, obviously. So there we go, roller furling here and right up on the bowsprit as well. And then anchor lives up there too. But yeah, not much sign of stainless steel up here. Just really super solid, super tough construction. Fantastic. Let's go and take a look inside. We'll wander back down this side. Look at this rigging. It's so strong. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this is category A. It's the highest category for an RCD boat, so it is ocean rated, which of course it needs to be, bearing in mind what this is designed for, which is to go around the world. Okay, so we're going to step back down here. Huge wheel on it, as you can see. And then this is things like the engine controls, bow thruster on this one as well, make life a bit easier. It is designed, as I say, for two people to be able to handle. So stuff like that is pretty important. And there's those solar panels that we mentioned. There's also a wind generator as well, which is inside at the moment, I noticed it earlier. This is giving you protection, so when you're in here you can get yourself right in, out of the wind, out of the spray, out of whatever the conditions are throwing at you, so that's pretty good. Big substantial handrails as well, all very important stuff. And you've got winches back here and back here, so a lot of this is controllable from the cockpit. We'll step in here. It's got like a little doghouse, and so what this means is that you can sit here when the conditions are really evil. You can see how there's curves, so that when the boat is heeling, you're not sliding off the seat. But if we tuck ourselves into here, you'll see you've actually got a pretty fantastic view all the way around. So for watch keeping, when you're going across oceans, if the weather's particularly bad, that is a good place to be. They've got repeaters for some of the instrumentation, switch gear, VHF radio, that kind of stuff is all here as well. Let's head on a bit further. So we've got steps here that take us down into the main part of the cabin, which is actually rather nicely trimmed. Some bits of woodwork around in places like this. Actually that wood looks good, nice and pale, keeps it very bright in here. Got windows all around, as you can see as well, and hatches up above, so there's a lot of light gets thrown into here. Diner area, as you've probably worked out for yourself, just there. And then the galley is here. And with this, you've got things like the gimbaled cooker, of course, so that as the boat heels, that stays level. You might notice these pedals down here, that's so that you can foot operate the water system if you want to. And then you've also got fridge, as you'd expect, bits of storage about the place. All the usual kind of stuff, really. But that's a pretty decent size, isn't it? Bits of storage down here, battery switches, that sort of thing. Live down here as well, so little bar area. And that's the electrics, like so. Again, all very practical, easy to reach. And if we head on forward, this is battery monitoring system, and switch gear is here as well for the main switches. And this device here is a heating system. I've not seen one quite like that before on a boat. And that's what that fellow there is. And then we come right on forward, this is the owner's cabin. So double bed in the centre, as you can see. Again with the hatches, a lot of light thrown into here. Also, of course, it's access out of the boat if it was ever needed. And then this is all storage all the way around here, around here, around here. Little radiator in here as well. More storage down underneath the bed. And this has its own ensuite. So if we come into here, there we go. That is like so. Toilet, he says, stating the obvious, and sink, but actually there's a shower in here as well. So that pulls out from the tap thusly. In you go, in you go. There we go. Gotcha. And if we head on back, there are two further cabins. And these are both twins. So on this one, again, loads of storage, so big hanging lockers, places like this. He says, showing something it's not a hanging locker. There we go, but if we open that one, it is. There we are. And then you've got this cabin like so. Two singles, also in here. Engine access. So that's in there like that. We'll come back to that and I'll tell you about that. Let's reverse out of there, cross the boat. Dayheads is over on this side, so this is shared by those two cabins, or as the name suggests, used during the day. Again, you've got your loo, and again, you've got your shower and your sink, and so forth. And then if we come on back, this is cabin 3, very similar to the one we just looked at. So storage over on this side, and two singles. And again with a little radiator. And that engine that we saw is mainly accessed from here. It's a Volvo Penta D250, which I think I'm right in saying is a 2-cylinder. No, it's not, is it? You can see all 4 injectors. Okay, edit that bit out. This is a 4-cylinder, 50 horsepower diesel engine. And that is pretty accessible, because with the panel on the other side, of course, you can get all the way around that. Again, all pretty simple and straightforward. And also in here, you can see the aluminium construction again. It's a proper solid machine, isn't it? Fantastic. Okay, let's drop that one back down. There we go. And we'll come back up here, back up into the cockpit. And I think we've fairly much covered it. These fellas here are so that as you come out, you can clip yourself on. If it's really serious conditions, you have a life harness on, which you wear, and that connects you to the boat, so you can't get washed off and lost. And that, I think, sums up just how serious this boat is. Something very different. I thought you'd like to see that. Huge thanks to Berthon International, they organised this tour. Massive thanks as ever to you all for watching. Let me know what you think of that one, and we'll catch you on one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.